We're live here at Graham Rec Park for a doubleheader of AAC action between the Bluefield College Rams and the Milligan College Buffaloes here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Well, everybody, I'm Bailey Engel. Glad to have you with us here. We're going to try to get these games in today. We don't have much of a press box, and all of our equipment is kind of out in the elements, but doesn't look like there's going to be any rain coming up soon. We had all of that done this morning, and now the baseball field, or the softball field rather, is prepped and ready to go. Milligan coming into this game at 14-10, one of the better teams in the AAC, a 7-3 conference record. They have a lineup that looks like this. Jenna Gilbert bats first and plays in left field, while Erica Roller will play at second base and bat second. Playing out right and batting third, Kayla Frascatore, while batting fourth, Neely Griffith. She'll play in center field. Batting fifth, Rachel Coffey, the first baseman, while the designated player in this one will be Kaylee Shoemaker. She'll bat sixth. Batting seventh, Kirsten Beaver, the shortstop, while Cassie Butcher will be the pitcher. And batting eighth, Savannah Nocera closes out the lineup and plays at third base. For Bluefield, on the other end, Gabby Mellick, the freshman from Newport News, Virginia, will bat first and play in left field. Caitlin Pennington, a senior for the Rams, the shortstop, batting second. Cameron Pearson, another senior, and the Rams go to pitcher, batting third, while Meredith Throckmorton, the sophomore from Smithfield, plays at cleanup and bats at plays at first base. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Mary Blake Avery, while Riley O'Neill, the catcher, will bat sixth. Lakin Sparks, the designated player, bats seventh, while Aaron Haley will play in center field and bat eighth, closing out the lineup for the Rams. Second baseman, Lauren Bailey. Rams coming into this one struggling just a tad bit at 5-12 with a 2-8 record in the AAC. Kind of a gloomy, windy as always day here at Graham Rec Park, but we're going to take a break. Rams softball doubleheader action coming up next on the Rams Digital Sports Network.
Lakin Sparks. Hitting eighth, number 3, Aaron Haley. Hitting ninth, number 11, Lauren Bailey. And number 25, Savannah Shirley. Will everyone please stand for an open invocation and remain standing?
Welcome back to Bluefield, Virginia, everybody. Rams and Buffaloes just about ready to get started here. My name is Bailey Engel. After about a 35-minute delay because we had to get the field ready, we're just about ready to start this doubleheader. Cameron Pearson in the circle for Bluefield today, the senior coming from Tennessee, dishing to Jenna Gilbert, the left fielder. First pitch swung on and sliced right back to Pearson, and we are underway. So the start time here, 1:35, 35 minutes late, with the wind whipping out towards left field. Just playing a 7-inning game, as are all softball games, and just like that, a little bit of a sprinkle starts to trickle down from these Tazewell County skies. So just one out as Pearson deals a rise ball high, but it's called a strike. Erica Roller, the second baseman, coming up to the plate in this one. Cameron Pearson, 3-5 with a 5.87 ERA. She is the main pitcher for Bluefield as that one is fouled away on the right side. 53 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 93 hits, 50 runs, 45 of them earned, 10 walks and 26 strikeouts. So Pearson, one of the senior leaders for this Rams team. Righty to righty matchup. Rocks and offers, winging a foul tip, batted right off of O'Neill, the catcher. And the count is quickly at no balls and 2 strikes. So just one out after Jenna Gilbert took a cut at the first pitch of the game. Roller starting in all games, 279 average, no home runs and 9 RBIs, 19 runs scored. That one goes outside, makes the count at 1-2. So we're playing up here at a hill on a Little League field. Had a game a couple of days ago against Hiwassee College from what was supposed to be an NCCA doubleheader. That pitch is lined right back up the middle, a base hit for Milligan. And Erica Roller starts it out here in the top of the first. So one gone, one out, and a runner at first. And that'll bring up Kayla Frascatore, the right fielder. So Milligan coming into this one at 14-10, is 7-3 conference record. It's about a 2.5-hour drive from the town known as Milligan College, Tennessee, right near Johnson City. Pearson deals, and a pitch goes outside, just missing ball 1. Frascatore, 274 average. She has 3 homers and 18 RBIs. That's actually second on the team in home runs, right behind Neely Griffith, who bats next. Fouled away on the left side, right towards that Bluefield dugout. This is a crucial chance for Bluefield to try to come back and win a couple of games today. Wearing the white jerseys with the blue pants and the white socks. Just 5-12's a team that is kind of plagued by injuries that head coach Shelley Newton has to deal with. 1-1. Swung on, sliced out into right field, a base hit. Fielded there by Shirley, the flex player for Bluefield, and now 2 are aboard. Rolling over to second, Frascatore at first, and just with 1 gone, that'll bring up the cleanup hitter Neely Griffith. Griffith just hitting 240. She does have 4 homers and 12 RBIs. Wind continues to roll in here. Going from right to left, that American flag out in center field is at full staff, pointing out towards the mountainy backdrop here in Tazewell County. Pitch shows bunt, throw to third, and she is toast. What a play by O'Neill to dish it down to Avery, and Roller is taken off the base paths. Meanwhile, Frascatore moves over to second. Great job there by the catcher. Well, 2 away is going to call that a strike at 0-1. So 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for Neely Griffith. Pearson looking in with 2 outs. Spins this one. Pitch hits the outside corner. Quickly up 0-2. So cloudy skies. Milligan going with the black jerseys and the black pants. Leading it with the orange socks. 0-2. Thought about it and laid off. That rise ball went a tad bit high. Ball 1. We don't have the sun really coming out today. Unfortunately, this softball team has really been plagued by bad weather. Pearson looks in, the 1-2. Outside, and O'Neill tried to frame it up. Well, she was positioned on the outside part of the plate, but the righty laid off. And Neely Griffith has it in a 2-2 count. Runner at second, 2 gone, top of the first. Pitch, swung on, soft grounder down the third base line and fielded foul. Avery was ready to lob it over to first anyway. So still in the first inning. Inning started off with a liner by Jenna Gilbert, snagged by Cameron Pearson. A couple of stingers by Rowley and Frascatore. Now here's Griffith. 1-2. One smoked down the right field line, foul. Count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. We got a dog running out in left field. Fans donning their windbreakers here at Graham Rec Park. Not a terrible day for softball as the pitch swung on, line to left field, a base hit, fielded by Melick. Her throw bouncing into third base. Now runners are on the corners with 2 outs for Milligan. Still trying to knock on the door to get their first run of the game. And that'll bring up Rachel Coffey. So now bringing up Rachel Coffey. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Pearson trying to get out of this one. Rocks and deals. Pitch right across those Milligan letters on the chest, strike 1. Well, for Coffey, .298 average, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Pearson looks in, fires. A little bit inside, evens the count at 1-1. So Coffey with a base hit trying to knock in these 2 runners here. And with a decent fly ball, that wind will push it right over that left field wall, just about 200 feet away from home plate. 1-1, high and in. There's ball 2. Pearson very cognizant of the runner at third base in Frascatore. She got on base with a single. Neely Griffith did the same out in left field. And now Riley O'Neill will go and talk this one over with her pitcher. O'Neill, the junior, Pearson, a senior, a transfer from Motlow State Community College. Had a pretty good career in the JUCO era of her life and actually wrapped up at Motlow State with the highest winning percentage of any pitcher at that community college. Ball and a strike. 2 outs. Runners on the corners. That one sliced in the air down the right field line, and, well, it just drops foul. So O'Neill couldn't chase it down. Makes the count 1-2. So Pearson a strike away from leaving these Buffalo runners stranded. Time called, and I'm going to talk it over with the head coach, Wes Holly. Helping him out, his son, Wes Holly Jr. 30th season as the head coach of the Milligan College Buffaloes, going all the way back to 1989. Still in the first inning, Milligan trying to knock these runners in. Rachel Coffey now in a 1-2 count. Slight sprinkles of water flowing down in this rough wind. And here's Pearson. 1-2. Swung on and fouled right back into the backstop hard. Like we said, we are out in the elements here. We had a scheduled broadcast on Friday, but so much rain. They got through the first game. Rams ended up losing that one in a heartbreaker, but then they had to bang the second game. Another 1-2. Swung on, stroked down the left field line, and that one's going to roll down the hill, foul. Rams were supposed to have a couple of games yesterday, canceled those. And here at Graham Rec Park, it is tough to go get some of those softballs. I mean, we are up on a mountain, and unless there's some young fan that really wants to help out BC, we're going to lose a lot. Another 1-2, way outside. O'Neill knew it and just gives it right back to her pitcher. She couldn't frame that one up. So a liner from Jenna Gilbert was out number 1. 3 singles in a row from Roller, Frascatore, and Griffith. The Roller was caught stealing over at third base. 2-2. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game from Cameron Pearson, her 27th of the season. So no runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Headed to the bottom of the first. Rams going to bat, and we're going to see Cassie Butcher in the circle for Milligan. Welcome back to Bluefield, everybody. Rams all tied up 0-0. A good top of the first from the pitcher Cameron Pearson, able to strand 2 runners for the Milligan College Buffaloes. Now the Rams have the bats in their hands, and it'll be Gabby Mellick's turn, the freshman from Newport News. Kate Pennington batting second, and then Cameron Pearson, the pitcher, going to try to get a swing at it against Cassie Butcher, the junior from Arden, North Carolina. Deals to the lefty, and Mellick slaps it on the ground over to short. Beaver has it, lobbed to first in time, and just like that, one away. So a 6-3 put out to start the bottom of the first inning. Still no score here. And for Cassie Butcher, a decent year. 63 innings pitched. She's 7-4 with a 2.22 ERA. She has 2 saves as well. 28 runs, 20 earned, 35 strikeouts with 17 walks. Bring up Kate Pennington, the shortstop from Chilhowie, Virginia. First pitch, and the righty chops it on the ground over to short. Beaver bobbles, and she'll be on with an error. So the E6 gives Bluefield a runner at first, and that'll bring up Cameron Pearson. So the Rams just have seen 2 pitches from Cassie Butcher, and with the wind whipping out towards that left field foul pole, we still see Cassie Butcher awaiting her 3rd pitch of the day. Gonna bring up Cameron Pearson, the senior from Tennessee. Ball in the glove. Butcher with the pitch. Way inside. Out in the field, Nocera at third, Beaver at short with that error. Erica Roller at second, and Rachel Coffey at first base. Gilbert in left, center field Frascatore, or right field Frascatore, center field Griffith. As that pitch is lined into left field, a base hit for Pearson. Brings Pennington over to second base in scoring position, and Cameron Pearson is on with Bluefield's first hit. Now the cleanup batter up. Meredith Throckmorton, the sophomore from Smithfield, Virginia. Went to the Smithfield High School. She's a Packer there. Noted for the Smithfield Ham Company. Runners at second and first. Pennington on with an error, and Pearson on with a base hit. First pitch to Throckmorton. In the dirt, gets past Cook, and on the wild pitch, Bluefield now has 2 runners in scoring position. Pennington at third, Pearson at second. And the Rams trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time today. So for Throckmorton, a 286 average, 3 homers, and 13 RBIs. Wind flowing out towards left, that could help the righty. First pitch, or rather the 1-0, goes inside, makes it 2-0. It's the first time really the Rams have taken any pitches here. Working fast. Pitch. High and outside. Now quickly at 3 balls, no strikes for Throckmorton. Trying to send this one out to the short porch out in left field. Gilbert covering there. 3-0. Didn't have the green light, and it hits on the inside corner. Strike 1. Now Throckmorton was just about ready to toss that bag away, or toss that bat away. Batters count, though, at 3-1. Pitch. Swung on, bounced over to short, through the glove of Beaver. Pennington will score. Pearson over to third, and that will be another error for the shortstop. That'll bring in Pennington. Pearson to third, and Throckmorton on. Won't get the RBI there, as it was a bad hop, and really this caked up infield. So 1-0 Rams here in the bottom of the first. Coming up to the plate, Mary Blake Avery takes a pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes, and now the scoreboard is going all the way up to 100. Pitch goes outside. Well, that happened to me in high school once, and put it on the visitor's side instead, so they had to get the visitor's side all the way down to 0. Wind really whipping in towards home plate. The 1-0. Inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Mary Blake Avery. Went to Menchville High School down in Newport News. 1-0 Rams on top. And a timeout called by Cook to go talk this one over with her pitcher. Madison Cook, usually the flex player. She will not bat today. She just has 7 at-bats on the season and no hits. pitch. Avery watches it hit the outside corner for strike one. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Runners on the corners for Bluefield. Butcher wasting no time. Hit on the ground hard to third. Throw to second there. Trying to turn two. Yes. 5-4-3 double play. But the Rams just score one there in the bottom of the first. So two errors. They were big ones. Rams able to take the lead here against Milligan College on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Riley O'Neal throws it down to second, and that means we are just about ready to get started with the second inning. Rams take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first thanks to a couple of errors by the shortstop Beaver for Milligan. Now coming up with a 6-7-8 for the Buffaloes, Kaylee Shoemaker will lead off against Cameron Pearson, enters her second inning of work in the circle. So it's a righty-to-lefty matchup. First pitch to Shoemaker, notches on the outside corner, strike one. Well, Shoemaker the designated player in this one. On the year, a .350 average, just making her 12th start. The 0-1 is slapped high in the air over the backstop, and that's going to roll down the hill. Makes the count 0-2. Shoemaker will be followed by Beaver, as well as Cassie Butcher, the pitcher. Rams caught a bit of a break in the top of the first. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, and they were able to lead those runners stranded. Pearson whips it outside for the at-bat's inaugural ball. Makes the count at 1-2. So the Rams just trying to find their third conference win this year. 1-2. Taken high and outside on the lefty. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We do have the scoreboard working today. That panel was actually stolen away by the Little League tenants of this field. It's the 2-2. Swung on. Hit on the ground hard over to second. Bailey has it. Lobbed to first there. So 1 gone already in the top of the second. 1-0 Rams. That'll bring up Kirsten Beaver. Stands up to the plate, the shortstop so far on the year. We try to scroll through DAC stats. .274 average, takes a cut and a miss, strike one. Boy, almost monsoon-style winds whipping in right here towards home plate. We don't really have that problem at Bowen Field. Not really as elevated. Now the 0-1. Well, a changeup loops high. And the count is at 1-1. Now, luckily, we haven't seen as much rain today, but now that I say that, I'm sure some historic hurricane will whip through, jinxing it. Well, 1-1. Ripped foul left side and out of play. So Pearson up in the count, 1-2. 1 gone. The top of the second. No batting gloves for Kirsten Beaver, trying to redeem herself after a couple of tough errors in the bottom of the first inning. With the right hand, Pearson nods and pitches. Spins outside, and the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pearson Gave up 3 hits in the first inning, and now trying to stop that trend here. 2-2. Outside, ball 3, full count. Well, 3 balls, 2 strikes here in this AAC matchup. Rams really plagued by the injuries. Could be a huge season-turning win here. Payoff. Popped up, shallow left. Melick charges up, and the freshman will glove it for out number 2. So for Beaver, wasn't favored by any of that wind blowing out towards left field, and now there are 2 gone in the top of the second. I'm going to bring up the pitcher, Cassie Butcher. Butcher on the year makes her 11th start. As far as batting goes, takes a healthy cut and a miss, strike 1. Just a .250 average for the junior pitcher. Well, a change-up refuses to hit the strike zone, just rolls behind O'Neill, and Pearson smiles just a tad bit, knowing that she missed that one. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Wind giving us a ton of trouble. 1-1. Swung on and popped up down the left field line, and it'll go out of play. Well, this would be a time that would be nice to have some sort of glass. Well, we do not have that here at Graham Rec Park. 1-0 Rams. They scored a run in the first inning. We're at the top of the second. Pearson deals. Another change-up loop tie. And she looks like she's just leaning on that pitch a little bit too hard and leaving the ball in her hand a tad bit too long. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pearson deals. Swung on a hard pop-up, ricocheting off the overhang of the backstop and down the first baseline. Already 2 gone in the top of the second, trying to make it a perfect 1-2-3 inning. As the sophomore Throckmorton gives it right back to her pitcher in Cameron Pearson. Rams looking to go into the bottom of the second pitch. Stroke down the left field line again, and it'll go foul. Long at bat here for Cassie Butcher, refusing to go down. And Wes Holly on the third base side just nodding into Cassie Butcher, making sure to keep her hands across. Butcher wearing the orange and white batting helmet. Steps back in on the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. 2 outs. Pearson pitches. Another foul ball. That will bounce and probably go into the gutter. We're never going to see that ball again. And I'm just informed it got right out of the gutter, so we might see it. I'll just be at the bottom of the hill. 2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Neill, the catcher, talking it over with her pitcher. After that little chat, she'll go right behind home plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. Another pitch from Pearson. And a swing and a foul ball. Just a little bit late on it. And we're trying to find a game ball. Umpire looking over at the third base dugout. Rams have nothing. Buffaloes have nothing. And assistant coach Buddy Gallimore will whip it out to his pitcher. And that one did go in the gutter. Well, Pearson toes back on the rubber. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rock and offer. High and in, ball 3. Full count. Cassie Butcher is able to get on base here, whether it be a base on balls or a base hit. That would be an incredible plate appearance. Full count, 2 outs. Pearson with a payoff. Swung on, topped up, right behind home plate. That'll go over our makeshift press box, and the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. What a batted spin for Cassie Butcher. Pearson with another payoff. Swing and a miss. After all that, Cassie Butcher goes down on strikes with a second strikeout for Cameron Pearson. 3 up, 3 down go the Buffaloes. Rams 1-0 going into the bottom of the second. Rams holding on to a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the second. Cameron Pearson mowed down Cassie Butcher after that long at-bat, and Butcher has to go back into the circle to face off against the 6-7-8 of the Rams. Bluefield is able to score a 1 run off of 2 errors there in the bottom of the first inning. Now Riley O'Neill, the junior, will try to keep this going for Bluefield. Butcher, the righty, looking into O'Neill, also a right-handed batter. Pitch flares outside, ball 1. Oh, O'Neill, the catcher, making her 18th start, batting right at .250. She has a couple of homers and 9 RBIs. 1-0. Swinging a high pop-up out into shallow left, charging up Gilbert, and she'll find the ball in the gray sky to make the catch. Out number 1 in the books. Bring up Lakin Sparks. Oh, for Sparks, her 16th start. Now the designated player for Bluefield. And Butcher looking in after getting the first out. She deals. Way inside on Sparks. And it's strike 1, hitting on the corner. Sparks actually grew up in Tazewell, Virginia, as that pitch is served on the ground over to short. Beaver has it and rockets to first for out number 2. So the hometown hero couldn't get it in the outfield there. 2 gone, and that'll bring up Erin Haley. Haley, the veteran for Bluefield, coming from Suffolk, Virginia. Trying to get something going batting-wise, hitting .267. Looking for her first home run on the year with 5 RBIs. Lauren Bailey on deck. Oh, lefty here. Butcher pitches. Looking for a slap hit, and it goes inside. It's got a few slappers in the lineup. Gabby Mellick, of course, the freshman left-handed batter, and she leads off. 0 for 1 on the day. Currently in the hole for Bluefield now. 1-0 from Butcher. On the outside corner. Oh, Haley wearing number 3. Bluefield going with the blue pants with the white jerseys. Bluefield letters across the front. Milligan going with the blacks. 1-1. Just chopped foul on the third base side. It'll bounce towards the Bluefield dugout. So Haley down in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Nobody on for the Rams. And with the wind whipping out towards left field, they have 2 outs. Bottom of the second. 1-0 Bluefield. Butcher with a pitch. Curving just a bit outside, and Cook thought she had her rung up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And just a droplet of rain hitting my forehead again. We might have to make some moves here. 2-2. Just a bit inside. Tried to turn on it. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Erin Haley. No walks for either pitcher today. Pitch. Just punching it through the zone, out of play on the left side, of foul balls. And Haley will stay alive. Three balls, 2 strikes. Another payoff. Another foul ball right on the left panel of the backstop. So the count remains full for Haley. Adjusting the bat in her white batting gloves. Kind of a white bat with some turquoise trim on it. Another payoff. Outside, ball 4. First walk of the day for either team, and that'll bring up Lauren Bailey. So the Rams now trying to get something going with 2 outs. Known by her teammates as Peanut. Left-handed batter, first pitch to her. Outside, ball 1. Lauren Bailey, the 9-hitter in the lineup for Bluefield, just hitting .345 on the year. No homers and 8 RBIs. Runner at first, 1-0 Rams. Butcher trying to get out of the second inning. The pitch tapped on the ground, up the middle, off the glove of Butcher, whipped to first, not in time. Not sure how they're going to score that, but Bailey on base. I'd probably go with an error there on the pitcher. It went right off of her glove and then slowed down the play. Bailey's still speedy. That'll bring Haley over to second, Bailey to first, and now up for the second time today, Gabby Mellick. Pitch outside, back at the top of the lineup, as maybe you can hear that cheer on the third base side. Rams up 1-0. Mellick takes a pitch for the first time today. Her first time up. Grounded out over to Kirsten Beaver. 1-0 the score. Pitch. Mellick takes a pitch down low. Haley got on with a walk. Bailey with that tough play for the pitcher on at first base. Now slaps it down the first base line, and it is a dead ball. Called a strike there. And folks, I got to be honest with you, if this rain keeps up, we might have to postpone the broadcast. Now I got my jacket right over the equipment I have here, but I can't get it damaged. Pitch. Just a bit low, but called a strike for strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to keep this thing going. The rain coming down, but Bluefield trying to power through it. 2 outs on the board. Runners at second and first, and a time called. Well, the rain already kind of damaging the field that was kind of torn up before we could get started. The pitch. Mellick serves it on a foul, spinning out of play on the left side and rolling right down the mountain. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that one back. Pitch. Chopper over towards right, and she was outside of the box when she hit it, so she is out. So Bluefield leaves a couple of runners stranded, and it's still 1-0 as we go to this third inning here in Bluefield. Welcome back to Bluefield, everyone. Rams up in this one 1-0 with the wind, and the rain starting to combine as Nocera hits it deep out to left field. That'll plunk off of the left field wall. Nocera sprinting into second with a stand-up double to lead off things in the third inning. So Cameron Pearson giving up her 4th base hit of the game. Still hasn't surrendered a run as of yet. Milligan College, one of the better teams in the AAC, now trying to duke it out with Bluefield here at Graham Rec Park. Really dueling with the elements here today, folks. I got my jacket up over my computer as well as my mixer. Had to dust off our camera trying to get this thing all dried up and ready to go. Here we are in the third inning, and that will bring up Janet Gilbert. Takes a pitch on the outside, par into the plate, and it'll miss. It's ball 1. So a double for Nocera. Going right back to the top of the lineup, it'll be Janet Gilbert lined out to Pearson to start off the game. That time it hits on the inside corner. It is now even at 1-1. Runner at second, nobody out. Pearson's done a good job working from the stretch, especially we saw there in inning 1. That pitch flies outside, 2 balls and a strike. And with the senior pitcher, there's a lot going on with that. Got to be the leader of this team as that one's lined straight to Pennington. Dish to second. Bailey was almost there to complete the unassisted double play. But instead, Gilbert robbed of another base hit today. Make that an L6 in the books, and that'll bring up Erica Roller. Big raindrops trickling down as the pitch comes into Roller. Goes high and outside. Count now at 1-0. Just 1 out. Got on with a singler last time. Pitch popped up right field line. That'll curve out of play. Now at 1-1. Well, Roller was a big part of the reason why Milligan did not score there in the top of the first inning. Tried to steal third base, and Riley O'Neill was right there with a rocket throw down to third base. 1-1, showing bunt, refuses to pull back, throw to third, no slide. Nocera caught again as Milligan has failed to steal third base twice. So now 2 gone, nobody on the base paths now. Good play by Riley O'Neill. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pearson rocks pitches, swinging a foul ball right back to our camera. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Nocera taken off the base paths after that double. Pearson with a changeup just flares outside. And the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So for Milligan, that's twice today where you get a huge base hit and then roll the dice stealing third. Doesn't work out. 2-2 popped up right behind home plate, and that's going to go out of play. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Erica Roller trying to get on base for the second time today. Have to really give a pat on the back to the catcher, Riley O'Neill, not falling for it either time, and Mary Blake Avery was there with the catch, really beating them by 2 steps. Ripped down the third baseline foul. Head coach for Milligan couldn't haul it in. Just in the third inning, 2 outs, 1-0 Rams. Scored a run back in the bottom of the first inning. Left a couple of runners on base in the bottom of the second. Cameron Pearson trying to send him to the home half of the third inning. Has the ball in her hand. The pitch. High and outside. Count rises to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wind flowing out towards left. Payoff. Rope down the left field line. Foul. So with 2 outs, that Milligan Buffaloes dugout starting to get a little bit more excited. Erica Roller is battling. Cameron Pearson did a good job with that battle back in the top of the second inning. Or Cassie Butcher fouled off about 7 pitches, and Pearson came up with a strikeout. Payoff. Swung on and tap foul again. Just too early on that pitch coming in from Pearson. So a full count. Pearson with her toes back on the rubber. Puts the ball right back in her brown glove. Lined left field foul ball. So rollers still well early on these pitches. And is fouling them off. O'Neill trying to get the signs correct with her pitcher. Already seen a couple of little conferences today between the catcher and the pitcher. And this one a little long, trying to make sure they get everything corrected. Umpire says to speed the game up, and they will. 1-0 Rams, they lead. Buddy Gallimore, the assistant coach for Shelley Newton. Brings in another game ball. Rams have been able to chase these balls down the hill today. Another pop up, and this one will curve out of the ballpark again and roll down the hill. And it'll do that in a hurry right into the ditch. Wind peppering these Bluefield College Rams with some wind and some rain. Another payoff. Inside corner, strike three. Pearson with her third strikeout of the game. In every inning she has ended with a K in the books. This time it's a backwards one. Rams able to go into the bottom of the third with a 1-0 lead. Kate Pennington will lead it off in the bottom of the third. Rams lead 1-0. And the shortstop from Southwest Virginia duels out with the pitcher from Arden, North Carolina. The righty whips it in on the outside. And it is ball one. So Caitlin Pennington trying to get on today for what could be the second time. The pitch hits on the inside corner. Pennington reached on an E6 and scored the lone run of the game. So Bluefield now in the 2-3-4 part of the lineup. Count at 1-1. Butcher rocks in. Pitch goes a tad bit inside for the shortstop and makes the count at 2-1. Just a year ago, Pennington hit well over 400. Now is dropped under 300 in her senior season. They're trying to get something going against Milligan College as the 2-1 is hit on the ground over to third. Fielded there, throw to first in time. So the 5-3 put out to start out the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Rams, and that'll bring up Cameron Pearson, who had a single. She had a rope out to left field. Wind still whipping in towards left. And the rain, well, it's continuing. Pearson takes a first pitch strike. We tried to have a tent here the other day, but there's just absolutely no point because the tent doesn't cover the sides. As Pearson takes another ball that goes in the dirt and goes right behind Cook at home plate. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. So right now we got our jackets covering up all of our equipment. And like I said, folks, if it gets too dastardly and they do not stop the game, I might have to stop my broadcast. But we're going to do the best we can here. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Pearson with 3 home runs on the season. The wind certainly not helping her right now as it's blowing in towards home plate. Essie Butcher looking at her wrist coach and now pitches in. 1-1. This bounced on the ground over towards Throckmorton, who's taking some warm-up cuts. One ball, 2 strikes. Now for Cameron Pearson looking for a base hit. Her second of the game. Potentially the 1-1. Waits on it and pops it up down the left field line, hooking in foul territory, and Beaver able to track it down to make the catch. It's already 2 gone. Meredith Throckmorton coming up to the plate now. 1-0 Rams. Throckmorton reached on an error by Kirsten Beaver back in the first inning. Did not come around to score. Butcher pitches. A breaking ball goes inside. It's ball 1. Well, our scorebooks are getting soaked here. There's more and more rain. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. So you got the big power hitters right at the 3 part of the lineup with Cameron Pearson and then Meredith Throckmorton, the cleanup batter for the Rams. Pitch. Swung on the ground, hit right back to the pitcher. Butcher dishes over to Coffey, and 3 up, 3 down go the Rams in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's still 1-0 going to the 4th in game 1 of this doubleheader. Headed to the 4th inning, Rams up 1-0. Cameron Pearson still in the circle for Bluefield. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We got a ton of rain flying in, but just not enough to actually cancel the game. So we are still going through the elements with the wind whipping in. As that pitch is fouled off. Rams so far in this one have Kayla Frascatori up to the plate. Cameron Pearson with 3 straight innings where she ends it with a strikeout. So far she has given up 4 hits. Double surrendered by Savannah Nocera back in the 3rd inning, but Riley O'Neill whipped it over to 3rd and got her off the base paths. Got it 1-1. Here's the pitch. Just taken inside, almost turned on it there, but now it is 2 balls and 1 strike. No walks on the day yet for the senior from Tennessee. And it'll be Frascatori, Neely Griffith, and Rachel Coffey all up. That pitch is swung on and popped sky high into the gray overlook. Melick chasing it down and makes the catch right towards that fence. And Bluefield already has an out in the 4th. Good job by Melick trying to track that one down. Had to put her hand on the fence to make sure where she was at. And now there is 1 gone. So Frascatori falls to 1 for 2, and that'll bring up Neely Griffith, who got on with a single in the 1st inning. Here's Pearson. Pitch. Hit on a line, snagged by Mary Blake Avery. Already 2 outs. In softball, that's such a difference than baseball. You have to play these line drives so quick. And Avery just 60 feet away when she stands by the bag, but then has to move up. So kind of dangerous there, not wearing a mask. That pitch gets on the outside corner for Rachel Coffey. She struck out swinging back in the first inning, 0 for 1. So 1-0 Rams. They scored back in the first inning. 0-1. Just a bit high and inside. Makes the count at 1-1. It's got to think the Rams will try to brave through this rain to at least get through game one. As we adjust our camera outlook here, 1-1. Fouled back on a hurry. That'll go right down the hill again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Pearson is a strike away from silencing Milligan in order here. Well, the wind finally stopped, but not in center. 1-2. This curves in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Pearson going back to the off-speed pitch there after a couple of regular speed pitches. 2-2. Popped up out to center field, chasing back Haley, and that one's going to fly over the wall, and the wind helps that for a game-tying home run from Rachel Coffey. Well, Haley did not try to storm back in a hurry to get that one. It just plopped right over that green top of the fence. So there's a home run and tied up at 1-1. So the rain still coming down. That will bring up Kaylee Shoemaker. So Pearson was just a strike away from getting out of the 4th inning unscathed, but well, Rachel Coffey hitting that ball just a tad bit too far. And didn't look like she got a ton of power on it, and it just flew out of here. Big swing and a miss from Kaylee Shoemaker. She grounded out over to Bailey her first time up. She's 0 for 1. Pearson deals. Outside, good frame job by O'Neal. Just couldn't get it to work. Count at 1-1. And it didn't really seem like a no-doubter on that home run. Like I said, Haley went right back and just jogged to get it. As Shoemaker hits off of her helmet, that's a dead ball hit by pitch. And Shoemaker is on with 2 outs. So that must have nicked her right in the batting helmet. Wasn't incredibly evident because O'Neal was able to glove it anyway. But still, that'll bring up a new batter. Kirsten Beaver, the shortstop. Flew out to left field her last time. Righty deals, pitch high and outside. O'Neal with a pump fake. And now a throw down to second, rolls into center field. Backup wasn't really there from Pennington, but able to storm up to get it was Haley. So 2 gone, 1 out, or 2 gone, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-1 the score. Get that changed on the scoreboard as soon as we can. Have to go through my jacket to try to get on the laptop with the rain starting to come down. Now stopping. Now the 1-0. Outside corner, strike 1. Got it 1-1, 2 outs. Now the mountain's looking a little bit more clear right behind our wall here. The 1-1. Swinging a drive out to center field. Haley can't track it down as that one's going to roll all the way to the fence. Shoemaker rounding third on her way home, and Milligan takes the 2-1 lead. RBI double for Kirsten Beaver. So Beaver, after a tough first inning where she had a couple of errors over there at shortstop, makes up for it with the RBI go-ahead double in the top of the 4th inning. All this being done with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Cassie Butcher, who had a very long at-bat back in the 2nd inning. Ended up with a strikeout swinging, but had fouled off about 8 pitches. Ball and a strike, 2 outs, 2-1 the score. Runner at second, the pitch. Swinging a stroke down the left field line, and once again, that will go well foul. Now time called, and I'm going to talk this one over with her head coach. Inning started off like this. Frascatori popped up and fouled out over to left field. A good play made by Gabby Mellick. And then an L5 in the books after the line drive was snagged at third base by Mary Blake Avery from Neely Griffith. Rachel Coffey then sent a home run that snuck over the center field wall, and then Kaylee Shoemaker was hitting the helmet. She came around to score after the RBI double from Kirsten Beaver. After the conference is over, Cassie Butcher goes right back on the right side of the plate. Counted 0-1 as Pearson tries to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, chasing a high pitch there. And she's quickly up 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, Bluefield down by a run. Pitch. Just a bit outside, that almost got her. O'Neill framing it up perfectly, but umpire did not budge. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-1 the score. Now the pitch. Swinging another foul ball, driven out towards left. And it's going to roll down the hill. Bluefield already has a player there to field it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. She's a little bit early on these pitches, but Cassie Butcher definitely getting the barrel around. Just has to wait back. See if Pearson goes off speed. Shakes off the first sign. Delivers. Got her. 4th strikeout of the game for Cameron Pearson, but the damage done there. 2-run score on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left at second base. 2-1 the score. Milligan on top, headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. Rams now down 2-1. Milligan so far with a home run in that last inning, and that'll bring up Mary Blake Avery trying to duke it out with Cassie Butcher. Avery with a little flare to short, glove there by Beaver, and Bluefield already has 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up Riley O'Neill, flew out to left her last time. Rare moment here at Graham Rec Park today where there's no wind, and now the rain has momentarily stopped, even though a lot of their fans on both sides still have the umbrellas. Riley O'Neill takes a first pitch strike after the changeup just looped in on the inside corner. 2-1 the score. O'Neill's having a good game behind the plate, already has thrown out 2 runners. Butcher from the belt, rocks and pitches. Waits on it that time, sends it out to left field, and that's going to be tracked and caught by Gilbert. So 2 gone, second time where O'Neill just didn't get enough of it on a pitch hit out to left as Gilbert makes her pay for the second time. Lakin Sparks, the DP, steps up to the plate with 2 gone and a run difference between them and the Milligan College Buffaloes. Bottom of the 4th. Here's Butcher. Swung on, tapped towards short. Beaver fields, throws to first. Quick, bottom of the 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down. Bluefield trails by 1 here at Graham Rec Park. Now in the 5th inning, Milligan leads this one 2-1. Cameron Pearson on the rubber for Bluefield. She'll have to deal it out with Savannah Nocera, 1-for-1 with a double. Takes a pitch right down the middle of the fastball into the strike zone, strike one. Nocera doubled and then was thrown out at third base by Riley O'Neill, the third baseman, or the catcher rather, as she charges it out towards left. Melick gloves, and there is out number one. Right back to the top of the lineup with Jenna Gilbert. A couple of line outs for her. First pitch of the game sent it right back to Cameron Pearson. The pitcher gloved it, and then the shortstop able to make the catch in the 3rd inning. That was Caitlin Pennington. 2-1 the score. Rams have scored 1 run back in the 1st inning. That was a tough one for the Buffaloes. That's those 2 errors really plagued them from getting anything going. Pitch, and Gilbert watches it go outside. Speed of the game, though, moving along. Cameron Pearson doing a good job keeping the pace tight for Bluefield. 1-0. Bounced over towards right field, off the glove of Bailey, and that's going to go into right for a base hit. So Jenna Gilbert on with a single, and now 1 for 2. Erica Roller up to the plate, now 1 for 2. Had a single thrown out at third by Riley O'Neill and struck out looking to end the 3rd inning. We're in the 5th inning now, 1 gone. Got to watch out for that runner at first. As that pitch hit on the ground towards short. Pennington dishes to second. Throw to first. Just a bit low, not in time. The lead runner taken off the base paths. Gilbert will go back into the dugout. And Erica Roller on base with a fielder's choice. Now Roller is 1 for 3. That'll bring up Kayla Cascatore. Milligan able to take the lead in the top of the 4th inning after the home run from Rachel Coffey. And the RBI double 2 batters later from Kirsten. Fastball just missing outside. One ball, no strikes. Pitch. Just been outside. O'Neill with another pump fake, trying to throw it over to first base. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 gone and a runner at first. Cameron Pearson with a few strikeouts today, has 4 to be exact. Check swing on an inside pitch, and it will be notched for a strike anyway. 2-1 the count. Roller on with a fielder's choice. Pearson whips in. Way inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Pearson almost thought she had another one. Every inning orchestrated by Cameron Pearson has ended with a strikeout, 3-1. Swinging a rip down the third baseline, foul. Count rises to a full one. Have to see if Pearson goes back to a fastball or possibly goes with a changeup here. But Frascatori was well out in front of the fastball, so we'll have to see. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at first, payoff. Swinging another tapper down the third baseline, foul. Thanks for tuning in on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We're going to have the second game for you right after this. Probably about a 30-minute break unless it rains again. Another payoff. Swinging a stroke foul, hitting the fence hard. And a roll out towards Melick. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bluefield College looking for what possibly could be their 3rd win in the conference. Pearson with her toes back on the rubber. Frascatori fighting. Another payoff. Swinging a line drive out to left field. Kiss it goodbye. Home run. 2-run bomb. 4-1. Milligan leads. Second straight inning where a home run was hit with 2 outs. And this time Frascatori able to do it. Multi-hit game for the right fielder. So for Kaylee Frascatori, make that her 4th home run of the year. Well, with the cigarette smoke blowing in our face, it is now 4-1. Kind of inconsiderate there. And Milligan trying to run up the score here. 4-1. Or not really run up, trying to find this insurance here. Runners cleared off of the base paths. Here comes Cameron Pearson. Fastball swung on, popped up, deep left field. Mellick looking up and make that 2 home runs in a row. Neely Griffith, home run leader for Milligan, able to punch another one on the board. It's 5-1. So the solo shot for Neely Griffith, her 5th of the season, make that 13 RBIs as well. And the 3rd home run of the game surrendered by Cameron Pearson. Have to see if Shelly Newton wants to make some changes. Pearson entering her now 5th complete inning of work. Mind you, still 2 outs. Here's Rachel Coffey. Strike called on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Coffey got the scoring started for Milligan in the 4th inning. That solo shot with 2 outs. Since then, 5 unanswered runs scored by the Buffaloes. 0-1. Taken inside, ball 1. Ball and a strike now. Pearson struggling now. Whips in the 1-1. High and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Just working the inside part of the plate, trying to jam up Rachel Coffey. And Coffey, that home run, if you remember it just an inning ago, snuck over the center field wall. A 1-1. Went around, and that pitch is notched for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Or 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got it on the 3rd try. 2 outs, nobody on. That scoreboard barely lit up. The pitch, swinging a grounder towards 3rd. Avery has it, rockets to 1st in time, and the inning is over. But the Rams surrendered 3 runs with 2 outs that time. A couple of home runs, one from Frascatori and the other from Neely Griffith. So now it is 5-1, headed to the bottom of the 5th in Bluefield. Now towards the bottom of the 5th inning, Bluefield down 5-1. A big inning for Milligan there in the top of the 5th. Aaron Haley trying to lead it off. Bluefield in their 8-9-1 going up against Cassie Butcher, the right-handed pitcher from Arden, North Carolina. Rams trailing by 4. Haley reached on a walk and reached 2nd as she hits it on the ground towards short. Fielded at 3rd. Throw there in time. Good play made by Savannah Nocera. And it kind of looked like that Beaver was really lined up to try to field that one, but instead Nocera jumped out in front and got the play. So a 5-3 put out in the books, and that'll bring up Lauren Bailey. Reached on an error by the pitcher. 0 for 1. First pitch to her. Trying to slap it, and the fastball goes right down the middle anyway. No balls and 1 strike. So 5-1. Milligan on top. They have scored 5 unanswered runs, really behind 3 homers. Now the pitch. Bailey watches it go high. Ball and a strike. Game one of this doubleheader. And Milligan storming back, kind of like what we saw against Hiwassee in the game Friday for Bluefield, as Bailey swings and misses at a pitch low. Now the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sun poking out through the gray skies. Everybody starting to squint through their umbrellas now. Now the pitch. And on the ground towards second. Easy fielded by Roller. And now there are 2 gone. Back to the top of the lineup with Gabby Mellick. She is 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts today. Had 2 runners on back in the second inning, failed to knock them in. Now batting right-handed. Pitch. Goes on the outside corner, strike 1. 5-1, 4-run deficit. And Mellick trying to reach base for the first time today. Nobody on, 2 outs. Pitch. Just softly tapped over towards first. Coffey has it and tags Mellick for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down go the Rams. Going into the 6th inning, they trail 5-1. Rams go back out into the field, headed to the 6th inning. Cameron Pearson still on the rubber for Bluefield inside of the circle. And she's going to fight this one out with Kaylee Shoemaker. Shoemaker 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and scored a run. Changeup goes outside. And now the count is at 1-1. So it'll be Shoemaker, Beaver, and Cassie Butcher are all up for Milligan College. That pitch tapped down the first base line, and that's unlucky there. Throckmorton with an easy tag for out number 1. Well, Throckmorton deciding to lay down the tag instead of just backpedaling to put a foot on the bag. Either way, it's an out. So Shoemaker retired, and that'll bring up Kirsten Beaver. Beaver with that RBI double that put up Milligan as that one is grounded over to second. Bobbled by Bailey, whips to first. Not in time. That'll be an error there, an E4. And Beaver now goes to 1 for 3. That should have been an easy play for Lauren Bailey. Just went right off of her dark brown glove and rolled in the dirt. And Cassie Butcher steps up to the plate. And for Butcher, takes off her batting helmet. Might have an adjustment in the lineup now. And Morgan Overholzer will step up to the plate. Morgan Overholzer, the freshman from Coreyton, Tennessee, puts a bat in her hands and steps in on the right side with a runner at first base. So that's it for Cassie Butcher as far as hitting goes. She's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. No batting gloves for Overholzer, and she takes a cut and a miss, strike 1. Pearson has surrendered a good amount of hits today, does have 4 strikeouts. Runner at first is Kirsten Beaver, reached on an error. Pearson with the pitch. Line drive out to right field, and catch can't be made by Shirley. goes right in front of her, slipping up in that caked-up, muddy outfield. And it brings another runner on base. So now for Overholser, there's a single. Runner at second and Kirsten Beaver, and now to the 9-hitter Savannah Nocera. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's been one heck of a day as far as the weather goes. Pitch, outside corner. Got 0-1, 1 out. 2 runners on, a couple of tough plays in a row. Nocera, she doubled back in the 3rd inning and also flew out to Melick to start out the 5th. The pitch, bunt attempt, rolled back to Pearson, throw to first, caught by Bailey, and she's out. Bailey stumbled up, went down to a knee, but the sacrifice intact as Beaver and Overholser move over to second base and third base. Good play by Pearson fielding the position, and Bailey had to race over to first base to cover the bag. So instead of having the bases loaded, now runners at third and second with 2 outs. Right back to the top of the lineup with Jenna Gilbert. Gilbert singled in the 5th inning, so she is 1 for 3, taking a couple of warm-up cuts and digs in on the right side. 5-1 the score, a 4-run lead for Milligan. First pitch, Gilbert watches it go inside and low, ball 1. We're still happy to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams trying to get out of this inning. Pearson fires inside. Buffaloes have done a good job of 2-out hitting today. Matter of fact, every run they have scored has came with 2 outs. That includes all 3 home runs. 5-1 the score. 2-0. Swinging a tapper down the third baseline, foul. First strike in the at-bat, so Pearson trying to leave 2 runners stranded for the Milligan College Buffaloes. And Milligan looking to get game 1 of this doubleheader. Have to see who Bluefield goes with in the circle in game 2. 2-1. Fastball outside corner, strike 2. So for Cameron Pearson, taking a moment to walk off of the rubber, approaches it with her toes now. And the White Sox, 2 runners in scoring position, but a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Pitch, swinging a high fly ball, foul. That one will just carry out of here in a hurry and roll in towards that parking lot. Pitch, another 2-2, got her looking. Runners left in scoring position, so Bluefield will go into the bottom of the 6th, the penultimate inning, down 5-1. Rams running out of time to come back. They are down 5-1, 2-3-4 up to face off against Cassie Butcher, who re-enters the game. Pennington, Pearson, and Throckmorton, really the big boppers in the lineup for the Rams. Due up here, but Pennington only reached on an error back in the 1st inning, now trying to get something going in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch to the shortstop. She swings and drives it out to left field. On her way back, and that one's going to bounce over towards the wall. Pennington on to second with a stand-up double, leading off things well in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Cameron Pearson steps up to the plate, the pitcher trying to get it done offensively here with a runner in scoring position and no outs. That was a good hit by Caitlin Pennington. Didn't wait for anything else from Cassie Butcher, and then Gilbert had to try to track it down and couldn't do it. Righty to righty, Pennington at second, the pitch. Change up way high over those Bluefield letters. And the count is at 1-0. Pearson raced on a single back in the 1st inning. That was when the Rams scored their lone run, and it was Pennington. 1-0. Way outside, getting cooked to come out of her crouch. 2 balls, no strikes, and Bluefield is starting to believe it on their dugout side. Throckmorton on deck, Mary Blake Avery in the hole. Top end of the lineup. Trying to get something going. Pitch inside, and Pearson is quickly up. 3 balls, no strikes. Bluefield just trying to end their losing streak as well. 3-0. Low and in, ball 4. Pennington on her way to third. Throw there, no tag applied by Nocera. Runners on the corners for the Rams. Good start. And Milligan has nobody warming up, but Pearson was trying to steal second, and she was thrown out. Tried to catch Milligan asleep and rolling the dice. She's taken off for the base paths. So Butcher just pumped it right to the second baseman, and Roller laid down the tag. And Meredith Throckmorton comes up to the plate with just 1 runner aboard. Change up right down the middle, strike 1. We are seeing some questionable base running decisions, not only from Milligan, but that one might take the cake for the Rams. 1-0. Swung on, popped up right behind home plate. And that will go right over our press box. Count it 1-1. Runner at third. Throckmorton trying to knock her in with a decent fly ball here. Pennington there off of a steal. 1-1. Swinging a drive out to center. Griffith racing back, and that one hits the fence. Pennington walks in, and Throckmorton makes it 5-2. Well, the sophomore smoked that one. A RBI single, scoring Pennington for the second time today, and the Rams back in shape, just down by 3 runs. That'll bring up Mary Blake Avery. She hit into a double play in the 1st inning and lined out to Beaver at short in the 4th. Now runner at first. Pitch. Avery swings and pops it up out to center. Griffith racing up and drops the ball. Trying to pick it up, nothing there. And Throckmorton moves to second. Frascatore and Griffith converged on it, and the ball just hit right off of Frascatore's hand, and Throckmorton moves over to second base. So that'll be an E9. And to add insult to injury, they couldn't get the throw to second, so Throckmorton was going to be probably out, as there's only 1 out on the board. So she didn't have to run. So Avery on with an E9. Riley O'Neill steps up to the plate. And now it looks like we have a courtesy runner, or pinch runner, coming in. Bluefield going to take Throckmorton off. And for the Rams, they will bring in Taylon Strange to run. So a timeout called, and Milligan trying to sort this one out. Bluefield knocking on the door in the bottom of the 6th. Runners at second and first with just 1 out, down 5-2. Runners at second and first. 1 out. Strange now the pinch runner at second, and Mary Blake Avery at first base. Glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's been quite a long day for the Rams offensively, but now finding some hope in the bottom of the sixth. Pitch from Butcher. Outside corner on O'Neill. There's strike one. Count it 0-1. O'Neill 0 for 2. Hit a couple of fly balls out to left. Now the pitch. Swinging a tapper down the third baseline, foul. So O'Neill with a chance to give Bluefield a huge opportunity to maybe tie up the game, or with a swing of the bat she could do that herself. No balls, 2 strikes. Butcher's had a good day in the circle for Milligan, but now the Rams threatening. 0-2 to O'Neill. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big opportunity misses. O'Neill falls to 0 for 3. Now it'll be Lakin Sparks' turn, the designated player. Tazewell County native. Strange at second, Avery at first. Pitch, and Sparks takes a first pitch strike with 2 outs. 5-2 the score. Oh, 1. Swinging a tapper up the middle, a base hit. Strange going around third. She's going to try to score. Errant throw, rockets off of the backstop from Griffith, and Bluefield now makes it 5-3. I am not sure where she was trying to throw that at all. Griffith sent it on the left panel of the backstop and able to score with Strange. So it's 5-3. Avery to third now. RBI single for Lakin Sparks as she moves to second on the throw. So with 2 outs, 5-3 the score. Rams down by just 2 runs. And the potential tying run at second base for Erin Haley to try to knock her in. Righty to lefty, Haley looking for a big hit here as she swings and tries to slap it, but it just goes off of home plate and fouls back. Strike 1. Haley is 0 for 1. She grounded out to third in her last plate appearance. That led off the bottom of the 5th. Also walked back in the 2nd inning. Lauren Bailey on deck. Rams looking for a rally in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch from Butcher. Outside. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Good eye there by Erin Haley. More rain starting to trickle down. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So the count at 1-2. Haley forced to defend the plate here. Runners at third and second. Mary Blake Avery waiting idly by at third. Lakin Sparks at second. 1-2. Swinging a foul ball. Saves Haley's at bat as it rolls right behind Cook. Have to think, going back to that base running mistake by Cameron Pearson when she was thrown down by Cassie Butcher, should only really be 1 out on the board right now. And Pearson likely should have scored on some ensuing plays. Ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. Swinging a ground ball right by Haley. And it hit her inside of the box, so it will not score as she ran into the batted ball. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes for Erin Haley. Trying to sneak it through these gaps here. Runners at third and second. 5-3 the score. Rams down by 2. And time called. Possibly the best chance Bluefield has to tie this game. Another 1-2, swinging a ground ball right at the first baseman. Coffey, she tags the bag, and the inning is over. But the Rams score a couple of runs on 3 hits and 1 error, leaving 2 runners on base. 5-3 the score, headed to the 7th inning. Cameron Pearson trying to give Bluefield their best chance when we come back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Into the 7th inning we go. Cameron Pearson still in the circle for Bluefield College, going up against the 2-3-4 of Milligan. Erica Roller watches it go outside. It's ball 1. 5-3 the score. Rams put 2 runs on the board back in the bottom of the 6th inning and actually had the potential tying run at second base with 2 outs, but Haley grounded out right to first. The pitch, right down the middle. The fastball cracks into the strike zone and makes it at 1-1. Pearson has surrendered a good amount of hits today, 3 home runs. And all of those runs scoring with 2 outs from Milligan as that one is grounded sharply to short off of the knee of Pennington. Rolling into left field, and now on her way to second is Roller. That one was going to be tough for Pennington to try to field it, but Roller on now. Batted right off of Pennington on the E6, so moving over to second base, Roller. Kaylee Frascatori steps up to the plate. A homer in this game. She's 2 for 3, a single back in the first. 5-3 the score, no outs. Pearson, pitch, fastball, right to third. Avery checks down, throws to first. In time, Throckmorton with a pump fake and able to move to third. Roller. Avery saw that she wasn't going to run, and then as soon as she cocked up for the throw, Roller bluffed and went straight to third base. And now Frascatori with a productive out. And now a runner at third base for Neely Griffith. Wes Holly talking this one over with his cleanup batter. Neely Griffith hit her 5th home run of the season back in the 5th inning. Part of consecutive home runs hit by Frascatori as well as now the center fielder. Also 2 for 3. Cameron Pearson at the belt, pitches. Inside corner, good job. Strike 1. When picking up a little bit more, the rain has periodically stopped. Only saw the sun for about 15 minutes today. Hiding behind the overcast skies. 0-1. A little bit inside, ball 1. Count at 1-1. Have another game right after this. Milligan looking for possibly their 15th win of the season. And to jump to 8-3 in the AAC. Rams 2-8 as of now in conference. Pitch swung on and poked foul. That one nearly hit the light pole, and it goes out of play. Ball and 2 strikes. 1 out after the ground out from Kaylee Frascatori. Neely Griffith at the plate looking for another RBI. Calls time. Takes a look at her bat and looks over at her coach, Wes Holly. Like we said earlier, in his 30th season at the helm of Milligan College. Came into the season with an .854, .516 record. Couple of timeouts, trying to get the ball in play. Now the 1-2. Swinging a pop-up right behind home plate, out of play. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes, so Griffith trying to battle here. Already 1 out, a runner at third. 1-2. Just a bit outside, almost there for a strike 3 call. But O'Neill couldn't frame it up. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pearson deals, swinging a foul ball right down the left field line. And that one was in at the chin of Griffith. But she just punched her hands through, turned on and choked up, hit on the inside part of the bat and flew over the dugout of the Rams. To see if Pearson goes fastball here. 2-2. Change-up loops high. If she can get that change-up to just sit down a little bit, could be a huge change in this one. But instead, Milligan has done a good job of waiting on those pitches and seeing that they go way up in the zone. Count is full. 3-2 pitch. Swinging another foul ball. Pulled foul. That one might have hit somebody's car, packed out towards that shed. Just 1 out. Runner at third. 5-3. Milligan. Payoff. Outside corner, strike 3. Beautiful pitch for Cameron Pearson, positioned on the outside corner. Griffith goes down in what is a huge out. 2 outs. Runner at third, and Rachel Coffey steps to the plate. So the 3, 4, 5 batters have all homered as Coffee hit the first run of the game to tie it up back in the fourth. Takes a pitch on the inside part of the plate, strike one. She's 1 for 3, struck out swinging to end the first. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 5-3, Rams looking for a chance to come back in the bottom half. Pitch outside. Lauren Bailey will lead it off, so Bluefield going into a relatively favorable part of their lineup with Bailey and Milligan. Basically the same type of hitter. 5-3 the score. 1-1. Almost hit Coffee. She jumped out of the way, ball 2. Roller on at third base. Reached on an error by Pennington at short. Stepping back to the rubber, a ball and a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike, rather. The pitch. Swinging a foul ball, ricocheting right off of the fence, protecting the Bluefield fans. With an even count at 2-2, Pearson trying to send the Rams into the dugout with just a 2-run deficit to deal with. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind flowing out towards left. Right-handed batter Rachel Coffey. Pitch. Change up, loops high. Can't get that to sit down. Full count to Coffey, taking a long look at her bat. A runner at third base. Payoff. Swinging a foul ball, and that one might have been ball 4, but defending the plate, doing a good job of it, and just pulling it out, and it will roll all the way down the hill. Been a long day in the circle for Cameron Pearson. 5 strikeouts, though, for the righty from Tennessee. Second payoff. Foul ball right behind the backstop. And Milligan has done a very impressive job of elevating the pitch count for Cameron Pearson. Ton of foul balls, making the senior work for it. (5-3), 2-run deficit. Third payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. So after the error that started out the 7th inning, Cameron Pearson fought back, and now the Rams go into the bottom of the 7th with a chance to come back as they trail 5-3. (9-1-2) due up for Bluefield, down 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th of Game 1. Cassie Butcher looking for a complete game win against this Bluefield College team, but Lauren Bailey, Gabby Mellick, and Caitlin Pennington all due up to try to fight off this Buffaloes win. Hello, everybody. I'm Bailey Engel. We're happy to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Weather permitting, we're going to have game 2 for you here about a half an hour after this one ends. Here comes Bailey, the second baseman, steps up to the plate on the left side. 0 for 2, reached on an error by the pitcher in the second. Grounded out to second her last time. First pitch to the lefty. Swinging a little number towards short. Fielded by Beaver. Throw to first. Not in time. Infield single for Lauren Bailey. And Bluefield in shape as they head back to the top of the lineup with Gabby Mellick. She's 0 for 3. Now with a runner at first base, she's going to bat left-handed. Ambidextrous batter. So the switch hitter steps in on the left side this time. Playing up at third is Nocera. First pitch shows bunt, pulls back, and Bailey just takes a big jump off of first base. She'll go right back to the bag. Rams scored 2 runs in the 6th inning. Pennington has scored 2 of the 3 runs for Bluefield today. Meredith Throckmorton taken off of the base paths, and Taylon Strange came in to score the last one. Now it looks like we might have a pitching change here. Cook, the catcher, is the flex. She's taken off. Now a new pitcher will come in to work. Going to have to see who it is. And now we will see Brianna Snyder, the sophomore from Mountain City, Tennessee. And we'll let her warm up. 5-3 the score. Rams down by 2. Runner at first. No outs. And a 1-0 count to Gabby Mellick. We're going to be right back on the Rams Digital Sports Network. New pitcher in, and she's throwing smoke. Brianna Snyder, right-handed pitcher. The sophomore with a 2.93 ERA, facing off against Mellick, who shows bunt and can't pull back that time. Evens the count at 1-1. So moving over to first base, the former pitcher, now the first baseman, Butcher. Erica Roller stays at second. So Coffey taken off as well. Mellick trying to swing early here. The 1-1. Bunt laid down, stuffed into the dirt. Perfect bunt. Mellick is on at first base. Throw to second, not in time. What a bunt by Mellick. Her first base hit. Bailey moves to second, and now Pennington steps up to the plate as the potential winning run for the Rams. A few infield singles in a row, and because it has rained so much, that infield did not help the Buffaloes at all. I mean, it just died right in front of the plate. And Pennington steps up to the plate. She doubled her last time up. And off the left field wall. Meanwhile, Kelsey Lynn, also the new catcher in. They have a new player behind the plate as well. Runners at second and first. No outs. Pennington takes a ball inside. 1-0. 5-3 the score. So potential walk-off situation for Bluefield. Trying to steal this game away from Milligan. 1-0. High and in, 2 balls and no strikes. So it looks like Snyder definitely is bringing a ton of speed, but she has just not calibrated that pitch that she wants. At 2-0, Pennington has scored 3 runs today, the senior from Chilhowie, Virginia. 2-0. Swinging a tapper towards second. Tag there by Roller. Whipped to first in time, and the double play lets some air out of Bluefield's sails. Bailey moves to third. Mellick taken off of the base paths, and Pennington is retired. Cameron Pearson steps to the plate. Still the potential tying run for Bluefield, but boy, what a missed opportunity there. So the double play puts 2 outs on the board as that pitch goes high and outside to Cameron Pearson. Count at 1-0. Pearson is 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the first inning and popped up over towards short her last time. Pitch. Inside. Excuse me, she walked her last time. 5-3 the score. Rams down by 2. Bailey got on with an infield single. So did Gabby Mellick on a bunt. Then that double play, Pennington put 2 outs right back on the board. 5-3. And Snyder with a chance to get this 2-out or 3-out save here. Just in the 7th pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Down at 2-1. Huge at bat. Rams have had some missed opportunities today, but that double play there might be the one that sticks with them. 2-1. Swinging a tapper right back towards the backstop, and the Rams are down to their final out. And their final strike as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pearson at the plate, runner at third. 2 outs, pitch. Inside, ball 3, a full count. Meredith Throckmorton on deck if Bluefield is able to get that far. Full count, runner at third. Pearson could be the tying run. Rams down by 2, 5-3. Snyder dealing the ball with her right hand. Rocks payoff. Swinging a ground ball to short. Beaver has it, throw to first, and Milligan wins game 1 of the doubleheader 5-3. If the Rams have to think about this one, there's a ton of missed opportunities there. They fought hard, but Milligan able to fight through, propelling Cassie Butcher to a win. A save will go to Snyder, and Cameron Pearson gets the loss for the Rams. So Bluefield falls to 5-13, 2-9 in conference, and Milligan improves to 15-10 with an 8-3 record in the AAC. We're going to take about a half an hour break, and we're going to be right back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. But my name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score of Game 1. Bluefield loses 5-3.